All right, today's lesson is about loading shirts. Now you might think, loading shirts, what's so special about that? I could do that nice and easy. You will be able to once I'm done with you. But for now, you're probably a total noob. So, observe. Loading shirts, proper technique, starts with a good stack. So, a good stack, ready to load, looks like all of the bottom hem matched. In an ideal world, this would be a perfectly flat line all the way up. So I might make a minor adjustment to give myself a nice flat line of bottom hems. This makes it easy for me to grab and load. The reason I want nice flat hem is because body mechanics and what's happening with my body over the course of a long job is going to make a big difference in how I wear down and whether or not I'm going to get consistent results throughout the day. Loading one shirt, no problem, anybody can do it. But loading 1,000 shirts the same way without breaking your back doing it, that's kind of the trick. So, body mechanics. First thing we're going to talk about is foot placement. You can see that I'm standing on this inch-thick foam mat. That takes a big load off of my back, off of my hips at the end of the day, so I keep this underneath myself. Second thing is I keep an athletic stance while I'm printing, okay? I don't cross over my feet, and I certainly don't slouch to one side or the other, because that's going to put tension in my lower back over the course of the day. I keep an athletic stance. Then I try to keep myself in line with the natural position of this press. So this press has a little pulley located right here that determines where it lands every time. So if I keep my body in line with this pulley, then I'm going to find that it's much easier over the course of a long job to keep good body mechanics. So I'm going to place my feet here. Now I've got my stack. It might be intuitive to put the stack a little farther away because I feel claustrophobic. However, the farther away I put my stack, the more steps I'm going to have to take over the course of the job, the more time it's going to take, and the more it's going to wear on my body. So I'm going to place this stack as close as I comfortably can to myself without impeding the movement of the press. The next thing is going to be our 3 motions that we take whenever we're loading a shirt. So, motion number 1 is putting the shirt all the way on. Now, if you come in close, you can see that the shoulders are all the way to where they're taut. The neck is pulled all the way down. I'll remove that tag for now. And it's tied up top. That's the first motion, is put it all the way on to where it's tight. Second motion is I grasp it here at the T where the 2 hems meet on both sides. And I put my fingers even. And so this is the second motion, is dragging it back in position. We'll talk in a minute about where I find my position. Now, if I do a good job on these first 2 motions, this shirt is in the right spot already. The third motion, if I don't have it in the right spot already, is for me to make whatever minor adjustments I need. So, in this case, adjusting the armpit just over a little ways. So, those are my 3 motions. If I get those right, printing is going to be a breeze. It's going to go smoothly and mechanically, and taking the shirt off is going to happen easy. So practice those 3 motions, loading all the way on, dragging back, making small adjustments. Next thing I want to talk about is using your fingers as measuring tools. So this shirt has a top of hem and a bottom hem. Now, when we're talking about that, we're talking about the front part of the hem right here for printing on the front of the shirt, or the back side of the hem there for printing on the back of the shirt. So if I load on the shirt, you'll see that I have my hem here on my plate. The top part of the hem is a part where the person's neck is sticking out, okay? That's the top, because that's how they'll be wearing the shirt. The bottom part of the hem is this line right here, wherever the stitching is. The standard hem is 3/4 of an inch wide. Now, all of our measurements of where to put a design is going to be in relation to the bottom hem of this shirt. So on a flat design like what I'm wearing here, a person wearing a large sized shirt, pretty standard placement would be 3.5 inches below the bottom of the hem. So whenever I set up my screen, I'm going to determine what spot on my press the top of the design is, and then I'm going to measure up 3.5 inches, say, and that's going to be where my bottom hem ends up. Now, different jobs, it's going to end up in different places, so I have to determine in this job where my shirt is going to end up. And so, bottom hem is going to go in a particular place, which means 3/4 of an inch up is where my top hem is going to go. So let's say, for example, that I had a job set up and my design was set up so that it would print 4 inches down the platen. That's where the top of the design was, 4 inches down, just like this. Bottom hem.